Welcome to part 2 of David Breedlove, the Clever Moneymakers episode. If you didn't catch part 1, you got to go back and check it out. It's episode 40. So let's cue the intro and check out episode 41. The fact of the matter is, whether you've been in network marketing for years or just a few days, your family and friends have seen your opportunity and your phone is, as we call it, burnt. If you're anything like me, that's a scary thought. So the big question is, how do entrepreneurs like us, who love the network marketing profession, who no longer want to be that guy, and are tired of convincing people during uncomfortable let's get coffee meetings where they say, what's this all about? How do we market in a way that aligns us with our dream clients and expands our network of upfront and transparent professionals, allowing us to get our time back, our families back, and gain a real passive asset? People like us who value impact over income, we deserve to see our visions once and for all. Join me in this podcast where we'll uncover just how to do that. My name is Eric Sablon. Welcome to Burnt Phone Marketing. They are.
Stephen Larson said something one time that I thought was funny. He was like, because I know, like, I think at the time Russell Brunson was saying something about he charges $25,000 an hour to like personal one-on-one, right, sit down with him. And Stephen Larson was saying, like, I think he had a conversation with Russell, and Russell was like, you should be right around $10,000. And Stephen, like, I could never pay $10,000 to sit down with me, but you're not the one paying the money.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? And I can tell you from firsthand experience that, when you compromise on price to help people out and all that kind of stuff, like, you're not really doing them a favor. You might think you are or whatever, but like, I have people ask me all the time if I could help them out. Like, I'm only charging $57 for membership to my course right. So like, if you're not, so there's two things going on there. It's either I'm not showing that there's enough value,
right,
or they're just trying to, I didn't make the price make sense to them or whatever. But at the end of the day, like, compromising to help people, that's not going to help them put things into action. And if anything, refusing to do that because you stand by your product, that's what's really going to help them understand the value of it, Right. Whereas if I were to go in and say, you know what, I'll do it for $37 for you. Like, right. It's not going to help them in the long run,
No, it's not.
It doesn't instill.
I did retail for a long time, and the biggest headache customers are the ones you gave the best deal to.
Yep. And then like, you really didn't make the money for the effort that you're putting into it. Right. And you get upset, they're upset. It's just a situation you don't want to be in. So, it really doesn't have anything to do with the price. But what I'll say is that the price is the price. Right. And I gave away tons of free value, and I do still give away a lot of free value. However, now when I give out free value, it's more of a choice. Mm-hmm. I always thought that, like, I needed to do things like podcasts, and I needed to build this following in order to sell. And I did a lot of things, man. I was doing lives every day. I was doing my podcast, and I still do it, but it's more of a passion project. But I stopped doing lives probably about 5 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And I sold more since then than I ever have. Wow. And I'm not saying that if doing lives are your thing, that's wrong. I'm just saying that you don't have to, for people. I hear from people all the time, well, I don't want to go live, so I guess this just isn't for me. And I literally, I have a system. It's a certain formula for which, you should be posting, and what kind of post you should be posting, and how often you should be doing it. And basically, I give scripts to everybody that buys my course. And I'll tell you right now, I've gone through these scripts probably like 1,000 times in the past month. Mm-hmm. And every time when I go to ask them if they want to see my funnel, I mean, I already told you I'm at over 90% conversion
Right.
for opt-in, and that's because I stick to the script.
Right.
You know,
It's
I stick
predictable.
to the script. Yeah, and I tell now, does that mean they all buy? No, but here's the thing: is the fortune's in the follow-up.
Right.
So that's the next biggest thing that people tell me that this. Well, Dave, I got them to see my opportunity, but then they didn't message me back. I'm like, okay, wait 24 hours and then use the follow-up script.
Yeah.
And then you keep using that follow-up script until they say, hey, Dave, not interested.
Right.
You know what I mean? Until they say that to me, I have them on my list, and I'm going to keep following up with them, because the thing is the second they say, you know, yes, I'm interested, let me see what you got. To me, that's a qualified lead. You know what I mean? They said that they want it. Even if I know they didn't go to the funnel, I'm still following up with them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because here's another thing that happens a lot too. And I don't know if we're going over on time or anything, but so this is a lot of stuff I teach in my course, but I'll tell you anyways. So this is what happens a lot, and I'm gonna give you two scenarios for this, right? You ask them if they want to see your opportunity, or for me, my course, and they say yes, and I send them that. This is what happens a lot of the times is before they actually click the link to go to the funnel, they'll go look at my Facebook page.
Right.
Then they'll look at my business page, and they're going to see if the messages line up. And they're going to see if I am who I say I am, and if I'm a quality person. You know, I look at it like my Facebook pages, whether it's my business page or my personal page, I look at it like I'm a product on Amazon.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when somebody goes there, they're going to start looking at my pages to see, like, is anybody saying anything bad about Dave?
Right.
Is Dave, you know, does Dave have different views than what I have politically? Does Dave have different views of what I have religiously? Is Dave posting, you know, bad memes and all that kind of stuff? No, I'm not. You know what I mean? I used to, not bad memes, but I used to post, you know, just funny stuff, or, you know, unprofessional things that maybe you wouldn't even think are unprofessional. So a lot of times the reason they don't click the funnel isn't because I send it to them and they're like, nah, you know what, I'm not interested anymore. A lot of times they don't click the funnel is because they get caught up looking at all my Facebook pages, and then something else happens and then they get distracted. So the reason I wait 24 to 48 hours is because then, you know, I'm not pressuring them. I'm not seeming salesy.
Right.
And then when I reach back out to them, it's a little bit later on. I'm just saying, hey, I just want to follow up with you. Did you get a chance to check out that information? They'll either say no, they'll either say yes, or they'll say, I'll go do it right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's how I handle that scenario. Now, this is the big one. And this is the reason I focus so highly on your personal page in my course, and how to set that up properly and how to look like an attractive character. Because even with my business page that has, you know, almost 5,000 followers and all that kind of stuff, even with that page, which looks very professional for a network marketer, when I run ads, now you know this because I've already talked to you about this, but like on my personal page, I have my cover photo, I have all these different things that are lead magnets. When you click those things and you opt into whatever free thing I'm offering at the time, which I'm always experimenting with different things, but when you click one of those, it sends you to my bot. The second it sends you to a bot, I get a ding on my phone that you've now entered my messenger bot. So somebody will be on my ad, click that they want more information. I will reach out to them personally. And at the same time, while I'm talking to them, I get notified that they clicked this picture on my profile, on my personal profile. And then I won't say anything. We'll just keep talking. And then I'll get notified that now they click something on my Clever Money Makers page, which is not that page that I'm running my ad on. So that's why it's so important to be consistent on all your profiles.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't be, hey, I have this great business page and I'm running ads and that's how I'm getting my leads. And then on your personal page, like, build the wall. I don't care what your political views are.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I really don't. I don't care if you're for Trump. I don't care if you're, you know, Hillary or whatever your twist is. That's fine with me. But if you're a network marketer, if you're in some sort of business online, you need to cut out the shit.
Yeah.
Because the second you made that decision that you're going to start marketing on social media, you gave up that privilege to just be some goofy character on social media.
True.
You've now become a professional, and if you don't act professional, people are not going to take you seriously, period.
That's huge because like what you just said, defining your political view, you've alienated half the audience.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you really got to, I mean,
absolutely.
You don't want to stay vanilla, but you definitely don't want to, it's you know, it's very tough on a couple of those fronts, which is tough on your Facebook page. But yeah, that's a huge nugget for everybody out there. I had to clean up.
I even look at it like this, like I'm Christian and you know, been saved, all the good stuff. But like, I personally don't want to hear the good news from people,
right.
Unless you're in my church,
right.
And that's why I'm there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like that's just the way it is. And I'm not trying, you know, so even if you're, you know, in the same sect as people,
mm-hmm.
you're still alienating yourself that way.
Right. That's true.
You know, but what I found is that there's a certain formula that works very well for Facebook, that if you do this kind of post, this kind of post, this kind of post in a certain alternating order, and you know, you're targeting your friends list, you're getting rid of people that aren't engaging with you on Facebook, and you're replacing them with new people that could be, you know, quantity is not quality.
Right.
You know, I thought it was very important to have 5,000 friends and keep it at 5,000 friends, right? But actually, that can actually go against you.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, just another thing. I know we kind of went over a lot of things, but just going back to what I said earlier about, I was on all the platforms,
mm-hmm.
right? I was on Instagram, I was on YouTube, I was on Facebook, I was on, you know, all the platforms. And personally, for me, I kind of felt like I was a jack of all trades, right? I wasn't great at anything, but I was good at a lot of stuff.
Right.
And once I decided that, you know what, I'm gonna master Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be a rock star on Facebook. That's when results started happening for me. I still post on YouTube. I still post on Instagram. But as far as my professional strategy goes, I'm 100% Facebook. And just for me, the power of one, and even Russell Brunson said it when he did his birthday announcement this year. He said, "Listen, guys, Actionetics, all those things, we're sorry. We should have just been focusing on funnels. That's what we're the best at, and that's what we promised you guys we would be at. And because we started trying to do all these other things, we realized that the funnel game was starting to lag."
Mm-hmm.
And when he said that, it really made me kind of understand that maybe the reason I'm struggling is because I'm trying to be a rock star in all these things. And, you know, it's like there's reason that plumbers are plumbers, electricians are electricians, painters are painters. The guy that says he can do them all is probably not great at any of them. He's just pretty good at them.
Right.
Can he get the job done? Yeah. But are you going to be 100% satisfied? Probably not. And it's not to knock on anybody, but that's just the case, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I was starting to see with my network marketing game and being a professional on social media, was that once I cut out some of these other things, that's when I started getting results. And it can be kind of scary to put all your eggs in one basket, but you know, it's the same scenario as, you know, you're promoting a company. You know, that company could be gone any day.
Any day.
But that's why I built a program,
Mhm.
right? That's why I'm not just focused on people that are in my downline. I'm focused on just people in network marketing in general, because even if my company goes under, I still have paying customers. I
Right.
still have people that are paying me for the information. So if I have to start over in a different company, it's not that scary anymore. I got money coming in,
And you have
right?
your own
And
list.
yeah, and that doesn't have anything to do with what company I'm involved in.
Right.
A lot of people, that's the first thing they ask me is like, well, what company are you with? And it's kind of irrelevant, you know what I mean? Because that's not what I market. I don't really, I've bounced around from a couple different companies, but um, the thing is I understand that any day that company could be gone,
Right.
just like any day Facebook can be gone. So we need to be, as marketers, focusing on our lists, our list of customers, our list of potential customers, and what works on one platform will work on any of them. But what I would recommend is focus on one. Get
Right.
one going so
One
you have a
going.
true asset. Then once you have that asset going, then you can branch on to the next one. Steven Larson's one guy with an amazing team.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So he's not really the one that's super, super prevalent on Facebook.
Mm-mm.
He's more super, super prevalent on YouTube, but he
Mm-hmm.
has members in his team that promote his team on other platforms.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're building a team of like-minded people, but, have your plan set out, draw it out. That's another big one.
Nice. So what's the name of the program that you're doing right now? Or how would my audience reach out to you?
Well, I'm on Facebook. My personal page is David Breedlove.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a business page. It says David Breedlove page, because I just made it a couple months ago, and I didn't really play with the name all that much yet. And then I have the Clever Money Makers page, and on every single one of them, there's lots of trapdoors for you to end up on my chat bot. So a lot of people end up there. But mostly people can find me on my personal page. That's the way I like to communicate with people. But for right now, I'm mostly Facebook.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll post that in the show notes. I'll post that information on the show notes, the link to your website or the link to your Facebook page. Also, I always do a free landing page for all of my guests that they can share. It'll be a snippet of our interview, and then a link to a free offer that you're giving away. So I'll basically put that in there. It'll be burnphonemarketing.com/David. So www.burnphonemarketing.com/Breedlove. It'll actually link to all of your stuff. So the last question I have, and I did before I did a question about what kept you up at night, but I really like this question because a lot of us are marketers. What's the one thing, the one phrase, the one concept, the one David Breedlove? If you're walking off a stage, if you're finishing a webinar, if you're finishing anything, if you're like mic drop, what is the mic drop phrase for you? Like that every time you speak, you want the audience to take that away. What is the mic drop saying for you?
I would probably say something along the lines of, most guys in suits look good until you find out they work for a guy in a sweatshirt.
Perfect. I love that. Most guys in suits look good until you find out they work for a guy in a sweatshirt. That's money right there. So guys,
Yeah.
I'm actually going to close it out. We're up on our time. So hey guys, remember to always listen to the entire outro. I always give something away for free. And remember, if you want to, just quickly link to www.burnphonemarketing.com/David to link to all of David's stuff. And thank you guys. Thanks, David, for jumping on. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next Burnt Phone Marketing Radio interview. Are you tired of not getting Facebook interactions on your posts? Or if you do, it's people that are already on your team or people that are already in your business? Well, we've solved that problem. We created a system that helps you generate leads on autopilot, climb ranks, promote your services, sell more products, and become a leader effortlessly without spamming your friends and family ever. So take our free 5-day course, go to www.burntphonebots.com and click the link, and we will see you on the other side. Again, that's www.burntphonebots.com. All right, guys, see you on the training.